All right, let me tell you guys a little bit how the real estate process goes down. For those of you that are watching my story today, this deal that I am doing in Lake Elsinore is basically falling apart because of some toilets. I'm representing the seller. We had a inspector come out to the house to inspect the property for the buyer. They're hired by the buyer to inspect the house and find anything wrong with the house so they can make their decision if they want to move forward or not purchasing it. So my seller leaves the property. The inspector comes with the buyers. They have a great time inspecting the property. When my seller gets back, she claims that both of her toilets are now broken. Whatever the inspector did is now making the toilets run nonstop. So she's really upset that she let these people into her house to do inspections, and now it's costing her money and time to get her toilets fixed. So she's really pissed. It's blowing up. She's considering canceling on the buyers because of everything that happened. We called the inspector to try to get him to come back out. My client yelled at him on the phone, and so he hung up naturally. She was screaming at him, calling him a liar and everything. So, just some advice for you guys. The lessons learned, I guess, is like if you are a seller and you're worried about your home, I guess you could be there for the inspection. I try not to ever put the buyer and seller together because certain things happen where they get into a conversation about the toilet or something, and then next thing you know, they come to some agreement over something that costs $50. You don't want to argue about pennies and then miss out on the fact that you're missing out on hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, I guess that's the only piece of advice I have. Keep the bigger picture in mind, the bigger perspective. I've never been through this before, so we tried to call his boss, but we found out that he is a sole proprietor, so he actually works for himself, so he has no boss to go to. And so when my client started yelling at him, there was no, she could try to take him to small claims, I guess, but even still, it's just a complete waste of time. So for $50 toilet flapper that's potentially leaking. So just wanted to bring you guys that story. Hopefully, there's some lessons for you in there. I would love for you guys to learn from my journey and from my mistakes. I guess I need to let the seller be there. Maybe I should have been there. But, checking out the toilets and flushing them like the inspector is supposed to do, I'm not sure what any of us could have done to prevent that. So, yeah, we're trying to, get this reconciled, but at this point, she's just really upset because nobody's going to come back to help her. She has to take time and money out of her own schedule, bank account to fix this. So, she's considering canceling, but we're trying to get through it, and I'm trying to remind her that, like, it's likely not the buyer's fault, so don't punish them by taking the house away from them and canceling the deal. It's probably just a mistake by the inspector. So I don't know. Hopefully we can get through this. We may have to cancel and just find a new buyer. That may be the possibility. Maybe she just has such a bad taste in her mouth that she doesn't want to work with them anymore. I don't know. So I'll let you know how it goes. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys learned something. Talk soon.